If you got spirit got you.
What up? Welcome back to the channel, Divination. I'm Dap. So today we're gonna look at what makes you sexy, what makes you attractive, what makes you irresistible, all the things. It's a fun one. It's gonna gas you up. Go ahead and hit that like button now. I'm just playing. No, really, that's what we're doing though. So if you are new here, all you gotta do to participate is to pick a card. Pick an image with your third eye, not your first or second eye. You can always find the timestamps in the description or the pinned comment. I forgot what words are. Sorry, I think I had a stroke. But yeah, you can always find like the timestamps in the pinned comment or in the description below. And if you want a more personal reading, because you do know these readings are general readings, you take what resonates, you leave what don't. These readings are meant to more like be confirmations, not to give you real new information. So if you want a actual grounded, focused reading on you, I do offer personal readings in the pinned comment. Click the link, follow the reading form, you fill in your information and you make a payment, and I got you within 48 hours. Yeah. Like the video. Leave me some purple hearts if you're here for me and you love me. I will see you over at your reading. Bye for now.
If you got spirit got you.
What's up, pal number 3? Welcome to your reading on what makes you attractive, what makes you sexy and irresistible. So we're going to go ahead and roll these dice, see what comes up. What's that energy? Whoop. All right, I see Saturn in Leo in the second house. Okay. So this is just your vibe. You come across as a very grounded person, but a person who's not afraid to be seen. It comes off as responsible, respectful, but Saturn in the second house is like, you may have had a hard time, or like especially when you're younger, struggling with this idea of image or self-worth. You may have had, that may have been a big thing for you to kind of have to overcome and work through. It may be a lifetime thing that you work through. It's checking in with yourself in that sense of like, what's my self-worth? Like, how confident am I? Not confident as in cocky or ego-based. I mean, really, knowing that you take up space. The second house is knowing how to take up space and that I'm valuable. Second house is about not just your money and your possessions, like what you have, but what you find value in, what you find valuable. What's that? And value isn't just always monetary. Value is also worth, in a sense of like self-worth. So Saturn in the second house for me is someone who may have struggled a lot with their self-worth. May have also struggled a lot with, like, say maybe you didn't come from a lot, or maybe like maybe having all the resources too, and that maybe fed into this idea of maybe I don't feel as good or confident as I need to be because of my financial status. And that, I mean, that's a big thing. It's like, I don't think people should attach that kind of self-worth to like money, or how much money they have, or how much money they make, because I think that doesn't make a good person. It doesn't make you more worthy than anybody else. Like, you know, a billionaire versus a homeless person, like who's more important? I wouldn't be able to answer that question. You know, they're both important. They're people. They're both people. So it's like, I don't necessarily do that, but I know a lot of people do on a subconscious level, because it's like, that's how we're raised. And some people do have a relationship with money where it's like, if you did not come from something, and it's like, it's deeply embedded on a generational level. So you may have come from generations of not having enough or something like that, or like maybe family members or people in your family who had a hard relationship with money. I'm only bringing this up in this reading because it seems to motivate you to do better than maybe the people in your family, or to do more than what you were able to do in the past, because it's Saturn in Leo. It's like saying a big part of your life path, at least for now, is this idea of shedding your ego, letting yourself be seen, and knowing that you are worthy no matter what you have, or anything like that. No matter what no matter what attention you get, no matter how people view you, you are worthy regardless. That's a big life lesson for you. And also to let yourself be seen in this Leo energy. So I feel like you go through these moments, right? Saturn in Leo is a funny placement. It's like saying, you go through these moments where it's like, I think you give like closet baddie, like you kind of don't always want to be noticed, so you may like dress down. It's like you like to be. It's like it's a person who wants to be more comfortable, more functional than like say stylish. But the thing is, but about that is like, but when you have to put it together, it's like, who is that? It's like you clean up so well, so it's like it almost gives like a different person. So I see that, but I feel like most of the time, like you may like underdress or like just think about comfort or like I'm not trying to impress nobody. What y'all think, especially with this hermit card in reverse, is like saying, I don't feel like doing all that for y'all. But it's like you may give this natural beauty. Like you don't, it's not giving someone who wears a lot of makeup. Like if you do it, I think you turn up and turn out when you need to or when you want to. And it's like, damn, who is that? But like every day, day to day, it's like, baby, I'm comfortable. I'm cute. But that's about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not trying to, Because the hermit card, if you think about it, is really that energy of somebody who kind of is like he's an old man. You know what I'm saying? He's not trying to impress nobody. He's wearing clothes because he needs to wear clothes. It's like it's giving kind of that. Like I'm not a big label person. It's like I'll wear whatever I want to wear if it's comfortable, if I like it, and that's it. And it's like that's the kind of vibe. It gives completely somebody who is beyond that in a sense. And it may come from like that situation where I was talking about earlier. Like if you did not come from a lot of money, if you struggled with like say resources and money, you probably had to make stuff work. Like go to like, hey, now thrift shopping is cool. But I remember back in the day, like it was not cool. And I remember being in the thrift store because I was broke and young and trying to find something to wear. You know, I get it. So it's like, and my outfits were always like, can I send like, wait, where you put this? What is this? And it's like thrift store. Like everything you see came from the thrift store. And it's, you know, it's like, style doesn't have to be necessarily expensive or a flex. That's what I'm trying to say. For you, style isn't a flex. Oh, by the way, signs I see. Let's see. We get the Saturn, so that's Capricorn, Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, Virgo. That's it. But that's your aura. Your aura comes up as like someone who is beyond like the shiny thing in the room. It's like I'd rather be more functional or have more substance than not. Because I feel like this idea like you don't always want to be noticed. The Hermit in reverse can be also like an introvert or like a shy person, quiet. That's what people get from you initially, and that can be in that quietness and that softness, soft spokenness sometimes can be mysterious. But I feel like you turn it on and off because this Leo energy comes up kind of heavy. You may have a hard time getting out of your shell around strangers. You may have like I'm getting sometimes a social anxiety kind of thing, but it kind of lends itself to what makes you attractive because it's like some people like that coy kind of, you know, and then get to know you and you bust out of your shell with this King of Wands in reverse. It's like it's like what you see is not always what you get with you. People like I think you kind of maybe a little bit of a contradiction sometimes to people. Like I thought you were this way, and it's like and you kind of get warmed up and comfortable, and you're like, oh okay, I see. It's like you're very demure. But the interactions that you have with people, I see the Seven of Swords in reverse on my end. So it's like you may be honest to a fault, but it's kind of sexy because it's like you don't let yourself get intimidated by people who seem to say a lot without saying nothing at all. The Seven of Swords reverse is like a lie detector. It's like a human lie detector. It can be someone who's like, I can read you like a book. But I think it's because it's like you observe more than you actually engage a lot of the times. So you can pick up on that. But it's like the thing that makes you seem kind of sexy is like you say less than you say just what you need, and you don't really give a lot of extra. And so like people don't know, they try to fill you and like, well, what did you know? What do you don't know? And so sometimes people try to bullshit you and you be like, no, I don't think so. Two of Pentacles in reverse. There's also this energy of like, you may do this thing where you intentionally or unintentionally call people out without calling people out, and I think that kind of makes you attractive. It's like just asking questions, repeat. Like sometimes all you have to do is repeat something back to somebody, something silly that they say, and they'll kind of hear it back and like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, so using this as an example. So you thought it was okay to move in next door to your ex without letting them know to get to try to get closer to them, even though they're not picking up your phone calls. Yes, that's happened, and I'll just go with it. And it's like, oh yeah, that does sound off. You know, sometimes people just have to hear it back. I do that a lot. I'll just repeat something somebody says and just say it out loud and just wait a moment and they be like, oh yeah, that does sound kind of crazy. So it's like you may have that way of being able to kind of get people to see themselves without really telling them like, hey, you're being crazy right now. Just let them come to that conclusion, and you're good at that. You're good at that. Now, on a romantic sense, the romantic aura is the devil. People find you tempting and attractive in a sense that I don't know, you may or may not be aware of. So it's like there's this, people like to sexualize you. The devil card comes up when people are obsessed, when people are maybe really kind of just like lusting kind of energy. Especially with the strength card, it's something there's something sexy about a strong person, a person who knows who they are, whether or not they are the loudest person in the room or the brightest person in the room. There's just something about presence, and you have it. It's giving a little bit like I couldn't be bothered, but it's also giving intelligent. I don't know. This is a hard pile to read. Like I had to start this over like twice, and I still don't feel like I got a real good read on you. Who are you, pile number 3? Tell us in the comments. Let me know how this resonated. If this resonated, remember, I love you. I mean it. You can always book a personal reading by clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comment. And if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye.
Blessings in all we do. Blessings in all we do.
Number 2, welcome to your reading on what makes you attractive and sexy and stuff. I'm gonna roll these dice and see what the personality is, the vibe I'm picking up on before we get into these cards. We're gonna look at your appearance, your interactions with people, the romantic vibes, all of that. I do see North Node, okay, in Aries in the 3rd house. Maybe drawing a pile number 1. So North Node in the 3rd house. I love the North Node energy when I see it. When I roll the dice and I see North Node energy, I love it. Because it represents someone who knows their path and knows what they're trying to do in the world. It's a person that moves with a certain sense of purpose. And that's what we love to see. Moving with a certain sense of purpose. It's like, in the 3rd house, it's like, I know what my 3rd house is all about. I know what my purpose is. I speak my purpose. I share it, and I try to maybe even get other people to realize what their purpose is in Aries by simply doing. Leading by example, leading by experiences. You're someone who whose experiences have a lot of weight to them. Like everyone else, you learn by experience, but it's like you go through a lot of karmic situations. Like this life may have just been like this one of them karmic lives where it's like there's a lot of stuff. Relationships and experiences have really just shaped who you are time and time again, and you've had to heal from so much. So much. North Node is a heavy energy because it's when you step into your actual soul's purpose as opposed to just being on autopilot and not mindful and just repeating patterns. It's someone who has said, I'm no longer repeating these patterns, especially when it comes down to love, because North Node in Aries in the 3rd house, the South Node of that would be South Node in Libra in the 9th house. So it's like saying, I'm gonna pull back and get more personal with myself and focus on my goals instead of the goals of my partners and lovers and friends and close. It's like you almost have this this energy of being able to take on other people's like dreams and things because you're like a natural cheerleader. You're like you have this burst of energy about you that makes people inspired. You know what I'm saying? You have this natural ability to just kind of like, yeah, you can do it. And like sometimes you get kind of sucked in and invested, and it's like you may have in the past put your own goals and your own stuff like on the wayside because you're supporting somebody else, you know? It was imbalanced. It's supportive and it's loving, but it's imbalanced. So you give off that vibe. You give off the cheerleader vibe for your friends. Like, you can do it. Like, I'm the support system. Like, we gonna make it somewhere good. If I make it, we all make it. It's like, it's giving that. Very much, it's very collaborative, but it's also very trying to think in terms of independent, and people love that energy. It's like when someone can just walk and stand on their own, but also support other people in the same time. It's like it gives this magnetism. People want to be around you for that, right? You make them feel good is what I'm trying to say, because it's like you have this way of being warm, but you also have like the gift of gab, like you know how to talk. And I do say with the 3 of Swords that comes up in reverse, as like say the appearances, like the noticeable vibe, the thing that people pick up on first is like you've been hurt, okay? you don't come across as jaded, but you do come across as like it's like people can see it in your facial expression, in the eyes. You also like say just appearance wise. I see the 3 of Swords, I think of like maybe a scar or a beauty mark or just something like that. You may have scars somewhere or beauty marks or something like that. Tattoos that have like certain symbolism about pain and overcoming it. It's giving that. It's like even when you're happy, you do read as someone who's like been through it. In a sense, not in a negative way. It's just what it is. there's a groundedness and a realness to it. It's not sad, but there is a certain like groundedness to it. I would say that, a realness to it. Oh yeah, signs I see so far don't have to be Aries. I see Gemini, I see Libra, I see Cancer, I see all the fixed signs. So Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo again. The Tower comes up when this fell out in reverse. I feel like when it comes down to, like, say, appearance, there's something kind of safe about you. Like, maybe you don't, you may not be the type to have, like, a crazy hair color, or always, you don't necessarily strike me as all eyes on me all the time, or like, I want to stick out. It doesn't give that. It gives kind of blend in. It gives, like, I kind of blend in a little bit. But that's not what makes you sexy and attractive. I think this pile is more so about an aura and a vibe. An energy rather than like your physical appearance, right? The Two of Cups comes up as the interactions. So the Two of Cups is like saying this: you have a gift, a subconscious gift, probably, of just like mirroring people. Like, it makes you very relatable. Like, you know how to. It's almost like you meet somebody and you kind of merge with them in a sense. Like, you deeply listen, you really want to understand this person, you really want to connect. It, like, so you may not be a person who loves to just chit chat, like mindless chatter, like, how's the weather, that kind of, you don't like small talk. You may like to really connect with people. Like, I want to talk about the real stuff. I want to talk about how you really do. Like, you ask people how they're doing, and you really expect them to tell you how they're actually doing. A fine, no, I'm like, how you really doing? Like, you know, you may even say like, no, for real, how you doing? Like, I want to know, because I'm gonna tell you how I'm doing. If it's a friend, like, no, it's been hard. If you, it's like, no, I need you to tell me how you're really doing so I can go ahead and tell you about my bullshit. It's kind of giving that, but it's like, people like that about you though. I feel like it gives a vibe of people, as a person who checks on people. The Four of Pentacles comes up in reverse. You don't really necessarily hold back. It's like, you hold a lot of space for people. Meaning, like, I think people may trauma dump on you a lot. And that's actually kind of attractive, even though it can be unhealthy. Like, if you don't set boundaries for yourself, which I mean, it depends on the circumstance, right? It's like, I feel like, certain people, I will definitely, you can trauma dump on me any day, anytime, because it's my best friend or something like that. You know, it's certain people, who can do that. But like, you always have to maintain a certain boundary, so that way when you know if you may need something, because anyone I would do that for, like, you can just trauma dump on me, I know for a fact I can call them do the same. You know what I'm saying? This is a mutual trauma dumping. So it's like, you may have had to learn how to build up your boundaries, your walls a little bit, because people tend to like want to just tell you all their business. People that don't even know you want to just tell you all their business. So there's something that's magnetic about you in that sense. Like, because I do think that you're like the cheerleader. Like, you do like you don't judge, you just kind of like tell people what it is. Like, ain't nothing you can probably tell me that I ain't even been through or seen somebody go through it. Like, I know, baby, it ain't gonna offend me. It's kind of giving that. You like a certain sense of realness, and that in itself is attractive. And you probably do just kind of say stuff sometimes with this Aries in the third house. You may have a filthy mouth. Someone's got a potty mouth. Oh my God. Like, I don't know why I think of Aries in the third house as like a potty mouth. It gives that though. It's like, but it's passionate though. It's passionate though. It's like, you say some stuff, maybe some crazy stuff sometimes, but it's also kind of funny. As in, you're kind of funny. Like, the stuff you say is kind of funny. Anytime I see Aries in the third house, I think of someone's kind of brash. It's kind of like a sarcastic sense of humor, but also quick-witted. It's like they fly out, like the one-liners and they just come out. They just be coming out and just be making people laugh. But on a romantic level, we do have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So it's like, the thing about you is that you attract these situations that feel like real magnetic, like feel so fated, but the timing would be off, baby. It's like, there's something about like, you leave people wishing like, damn, if it was another lifetime, if it was another situation, God, it's like, and you have people that circle back, like exes that circle back around, because I think you do this thing where like you evolve and you kind of make people inspired to evolve with you, especially people who were, say, in contact with you, knew of this version of you. And it's like, when you transition to like a higher version of yourself, or a more matured version of yourself, like, even people who had no inclination to want to do that, they may see something in you that want to like, ooh, dang, they doing that good. I miss them. Let me see if I can, you know, they may pretend to, or actually try to get their life together, or like so it can kind of come back in. You may have situations where people like try to convince you, like, I'm doing better now, take me back, or like, have me in your life again. And it's like, you know, maybe not. But signs I see: Aries, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, Cancer. That's all. I did this already, didn't I? I did this. I'm sorry. Sign off in the comments when this resonated. If this resonated, you can always book a personal reading by clicking the link in the description. And remember, if you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings in all we do. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading on what makes you sexy, what makes you attractive, and all that good stuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and roll the dice to get what signs we see, the energy, just all of that. Look into these cards. Woo! All right, I see Pluto in Pisces in the 6th house. All right, love to see that. Pluto is just it's a strong energy, especially when it's, no matter what sign it's in, it's always gonna almost, to me, amplify it, kind of like Jupiter does, but in a way that's gonna make things more transformative. So Pluto in the 6th house is like this energy of someone who may be quite, how can I say this? Somebody who is really persistent, or someone who's really consistent on top of things that relate to health, the daily routine, what they got going on, work, that kind of thing. But when you put that energy in Pisces, it's like this melding of, like, say, the spirit, like the spiritual and the practical. You know, Pisces in the 6th house is this weird energy, because it's pulling off the opposites. It's this Pisces energy and this Virgo energy. They're opposites. So Pisces is in the 6th house is more like making spirituality practical, making this unconditional love energy, this oneness energy into everyday mundane. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's the person who gets up early in the morning and meditates for an hour, or like the person who you know, does a sound bowl bathing, you know, like once a month or something. It's the person who does all that stuff, but also keeping it very practical. With this Plutonian energy, it's like saying that it's a thing that helps you transform, you know, like these two parts of yourself into this perfect, you know, so you may be a crystal girly, you may be like a tarot boo, you may be like a, you know, like really into the divination arts and the new age woo woo. You know, you may be into all of that stuff. It's kind of what it's saying. Signs I see so far basically is Scorpio, Pisces, Virgo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Aries. Don't have to be, but that's what I see. But the thing that makes you kind of sexy about it is, like, you are completely 100% your own person when it comes down to your spiritual beliefs and like your energy. You know, it's like you have this uniqueness about you that people like. It makes people curious. I think you have maybe one of the best vibes out of all the piles. To be honest with you, don't tell the other piles I said that. I will deny it unless you just want to, I guess. But like, don't do that. But y'all got the best vibes. Mainly because I see y'all as like this energy of, like, with the Fool in reverse, your appearance and like just your natural aura when people meet you, it's like it comes off as young spirited and a little bit optimistic and a little bit naive. It's very much this it's kind of bubbly. People don't really quite know how to take you sometimes. You're just you, but it's normally in a good spirit and a good mood and a little bubbly and a little bright, and people kind of like it's too early for that. I think if you're a morning person, it would make a lot of sense. You've seen, like, you may be like a morning person, like, I've had my coffee this morning. Hello, good morning. Like, it's giving that, but it's uplifting though. There's also this thing where I think you look younger than you really are. The Fool in reverse is like saying you have this youthfulness to your actual appearance that people mistake you for, like, to be decades younger than you really are. Like, that's a thing. Especially when you're like, I feel like certain spiritual people, especially like people who resonate with like this idea that they're a starseed, or like a crystal child, like, we do kind of age a little more graceful. I'm 34 if you didn't know. Like, if you want to, I'm like, I can see that. I can relate to that. It's that beauty of the soul, that youthfulness of your soul, like changing your physical appearance. I do think that's a thing. But this Fool card in reverse is very much, I think people underestimate you and think that because that's your spirit, or that's how you choose to walk in the world or be in the world, that you're just a dummy, and that you're just like too sweet. Like some people see that as a weakness, and the people that see that as a weakness may have to get like corrected real quick, or like in a certain way, like understand like, oh no, I'm joyful because I'm just joyful. I'm not an idiot. I'm not a child. I'm actually quite not that. I choose to be this way. Thank you very much. It's not a Pentacles, but that makes you very attractive. I think you're very physically attractive though. There's something that's very is giving very Venusian, like Venus energy. It's giving very that. Whether you're male or female, there's a pretty thing about you. I don't know what that is. It's like even no matter if you're male or female, there's a pretty thing about you. Pretty is the word I'm hearing. Pretty, nice face maybe. But your interactions with others, like how you leave people feeling, the impressions they get on you. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. You come across as somebody who doesn't leave anybody out. Like it's like people love that about you because it's like you think about people. I think you're very thoughtful. You're very mindful. It's like even if you don't know the, like if you're in a group situation and there's someone that you don't quite know, maybe a friend of a friend, you actively try to incorporate them or to try to make them feel like maybe not excluded. Like you do real good with that, making sure that everyone feels included and comfortable. The Five of Pentacles in reverse is like saying no one feel left out. No one feel like they're locked out in the cold. Absolutely not. Even if you don't know them, baby, come on. You know, you're the one that invites, but you're like, come on. Like someone doesn't have a place to go for Thanksgiving. Come to my house. You can chill with my family. Like, you know, kind of crazy. Come on. It's like, it's giving that. No one left behind. Clarifying that the Two of Pentacles in reverse. I think you have come a long way from, maybe you should put yourself in a category where you felt like an outcast or felt like no one understood you, and that maybe you felt like the odd man out. And I feel like you turned that around for yourself, and I think you do that for other people because you know how it feels to be left out or feel excluded or feel like no one like no one cares. So it's like you've overcome that by being more present in the world and in your relationships, and in turn you have a deep empathy for people who feel like that, and so you want them to feel included and loved, and that's what it's all about. That's why I said this pile has like the best vibe. Romantically speaking, the Three of Wands comes up. You have a lot of crushes. With the Three of Swords, you have a lot of crushes. You may have a lot of options. You manifest a lot of people who just they like how you make them feel. They like the vibe, and it's like, oh my god, it's like you're the it's like your crush bait, and it's like you may not even be aware of it, or you may be aloof to it, but it's like it's kind of like puppy dog, dreamy eyed, like, oh my god, that'd be nice. It's like, you know, people just like you. It's like, and a lot of times they don't necessarily step forward because it's like they don't really know how to act. It's like, because going back to that first card with the Fool in reverse, it's like you give off this innocence kind of thing, even if you're not that innocent. Not a Britney Spears quote. I'm not that innocent. Not a Britney Spears quote. Okay. Anyway. Not even going there, but like it's given that it's like people may assume you to be a little bit more than you really are. It's like if they don't really know you. And so the Nine of Swords comes up, so it's saying like there are a lot of people who regret how they treated you in the past, especially if you weren't necessarily the cool person or the most, like, you know, you didn't have your glow up moment yet. You hadn't stepped into yourself, and now you're comfortable in your own skin. And not only that, but you make people feel inclusive and wanted and loved. You got these people around you. You got this, even if it's just a few people, you got these real people around you, and it's loving, and people feel like, dang, I really wish I could be a part of that, or dang, I really wish I could go back in time and treat them a little bit better, because maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was an ass. I don't know. But it's giving that. Did I say the signs I see already? I don't know if I did. Yeah, I think I did. I did. Yeah. Sound off in the comments. And how this resonated. If this resonated, remember, I love you. I mean it. You can always book a personal reading by clicking the link in the description or in the pinned comment. If you got spirit, what spirit got you? Blessings and we do. Bye.